Hey there, welcome to Film in the Blank. My name's Ian, I watch a lot of movies, and today we're talking all things 28 years later, The Bone Temple. 2026 has some absolute heaters coming down the film pipeline from heavy hitter filmmakers like Spielberg, Nolan, Villeneuve, Iñárritu, Gerwig, Eggers, and Sorkin, just to name a few, but I'm pleasantly surprised to get our first real standout so early in the year with Nia DaCosta's 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple. Picking up right where last year's 28 Years Later left off, The Bone Temple follows runaway Spike as he's forcibly integrated into psychopath Jimmy Crystal's satanic gang of violent, wig-wearing acolytes called the Fingers. I liked this so much I went back and watched DaCosta's previous film, Hedda, which I loved even more. Hedda definitely got lost in this year's award cycle, but I'd strongly recommend giving that a watch as well. And while there's a lot to like in The Bone Temple, from the impressively effective bursts of character-driven humor to the great chemistry between Jack O'Connell's Jimmy Crystal and the rest of the Fingers, the true secret weapon is, unsurprisingly, Ralph Fiennes. More specifically, his character, Dr. Ian Kelson. And here's where I'll give a spoiler warning for The Bone Temple. Like I said, it's a really great film, so if you haven't seen it yet and want to, go watch it, come back. Cool? Cool. In the first 28 Years Later, the story's primary focus is on Spike and his parents, with Dr. Kelson functioning more as one component of their journey rather than a driver of his own. The Bone Temple flips that focus on its head, with Dr. Kelson taking center stage alongside his trusty companion Samson. Don't get me wrong, Spike, Jimmy Crystal, and the Fingers are still a driving force of the film and probably have more screen time than Dr. Kelson, but their plotline is more of a runaway train that's inevitably going to end in some catastrophic horror. Dr. Kelson's journey is much more up in the air. Right up until the very end, you're never quite sure what Dr. Kelson's next move is going to be, which, if you think about it, is a pretty unusual characteristic for the protagonist of a zombie movie. Typically, if you're in a zombie movie, your main goal is pretty fucking clear: survive. Dr. Kelson, though, not so much. Because of his massive intellect, his medical background, his matter-of-fact way of viewing the world, and even his radiating kindness, survival is pretty far down on his list of priorities. He's not desperately scrounging for resources, he's listening to Duran Duran and journaling. He's not hiding from potential raiders, he's out puttering in his bone garden. And most consequentially, he's not running from zombies, he's busy starting his own Big Lebowski bromance and getting high with an alpha. For so many reasons, Dr. Kelson shouldn't be able to survive in this world, and yet he does, which is what makes his character and the film more broadly work so well. It's something we haven't seen before. Through all the zombie movies and TV shows I've seen over the years, about half the time is typically people hiding from zombies, and the other half is people running from zombies. What screenwriter Alex Garland has done so effectively is create a richly layered character who is able to focus on other aspects of a zombie-plagued world without being consumed by the harrowing task of staying alive. Dr. Kelson figured out how to survive in this world ages ago and is able to continue doing so with relatively little effort or concern. Without having to spend massive chunks of the Bone Temple's runtime focusing on these same old zombie tropes and plot points, the film can break through to these novel, truly cinematic moments, like Dr. Kelson's pyrotechnic-fueled one-man Iron Maiden cover band to the oddly emotional moment when Samson utters his first word. And to top it all off, you have Ralph Fiennes, one of the most empathetic, capable actors working today, playing the role with such wild abandon and wry humor. It doesn't get much better than that. And if I can glaze Alex Garland's writing just a bit more, he writes the irredeemable Jimmy Crystal in a way that echoes some of Dr. Kelson's key attributes. The trauma that Jimmy went through during the initial outbreak, combined with decades of violent hardening, has turned him into someone who at times seems equally unbothered with surviving. Either because he's so confident that the Fingers can protect him, or because he's lost the plot of anything going on around him, there's a clear yearning from Jimmy for something more, something grander. It's a similarity with Dr. Kelson that makes for a great scene between the two when they first meet. True, they'll both end up causing the other's death, but that scene crackles between them because they connect over their ability to see beyond the zombies of their apocalypse. Ultimately, that's what good writing is. Writing beyond the constraints you assume are there because everyone else has always written inside them. Whether it's a timely socio-political thriller that's also somehow hilarious, or a horrifically dark vampire epic that draws its power from music and culture, the stories that break through for a reason. Let me know in the comments, what are your thoughts on The Bone Temple? Any other movies like it I should check out? When was your last pantsless bro hang? Also, stay tuned for other great commentary videos, reviews, video essays, and more. You can check me out on Letterboxd at Cineramadome24 or on TikTok at Film in the Blank. I appreciate you liking and subscribing. See you next time.